Not if he shows up the way he fucking did today.
Late. He was late.
It's funny how the numbers stay at the same. Stop hitting the fucking button, faggots. Sorry.
Wow.
I had to say that.
Yeah.
And that wasn't derogatory. I have a lot of gay friends, and I'm gay too sometimes. It's just a gestured word. I'm sorry.
There's nothing wrong with that.
When I'm picking out blinds and shower curtains, that makes me gay.
That is a little cheesy. How about when you're cleaning off the roof, cleaning the gutters? Is that gay?
No,
Because I got to clean the roof today.
That's a man thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Speaking of men things, let's talk about some golf here. Bubba coming to fucking Hartford. Cornwall, yes, I know. Cromwell, I know. How about Bubba? You know what the purse is this year?
It's over $1 million.
1.2.
They make that much after.
What's the sponsorship? Like, what's the big?
Oh no, it used to be Canon, right?
What's that?
It's the Buick now, right?
It's Buick. No, Buick. I thought was Westchester, but no. Who's the big sponsor?
Who's the big sponsor? You should know, Golf Dad.
It could be Buick.
I don't pay attention to golf like my dad does.
It could be Subaru, though.
Golf's boring to watch.
I'll look it up. Oh, now that's boring.
That's boring to watch.
Pretty
Who
much.
To sit there, let's sit TV in here. And Bubba's up at the tee.
All right, at TV, it's boring, just like baseball. But at the stadium, it's exciting. All right, shut up. His dad's a pro, too.
350 yards down the middle.
You know what I don't like about it? You're right. Robbie's right, though. Golf is... And it always have the announcer with that foreign twang, like it's like sounding like this Scottish, it's boring.
Have you ever been to a tournament?
Yes,
outside?
long time ago.
Outside?
I saw Jack Nicklaus live, man. Don't talk to me, God damn it.
Nicholson, not Nicholson.
Don't you Bullstein me.
It's Nicholson.
No, Jack Nicklaus. You know who Jack Nicklaus is?
It's Jack Nicklaus.
That's right.
Phil
I'm
Mickelson.
freaking 48 years old. I went to the Westchester Classic. You know what? I tried to get a handshake from the guy. They would always hold the glove and the ball because they don't want people.
Anyways, that's really big for Hartford. Bubba. I know they tried to get Hartford.
I don't
They
see
have
it.
Bubba. I think they have Zach Johnson.
Let me see who they have.
Why is Bubba big for Hartford? Sorry.
Because he's
huge.
a big.
How about
golfer.
Mickelson? Isn't this so?
Can we answer your question?
Mickelson's not going to be there. Mickelson's not
mind?
going to be there. Neither is Tiger. Neither is McIlroy.
Oh, we know Tiger, man. He's
The purpose of asking a question is letting us answer it. How about that?
Okay, sir. All right. Okay.
No, Bubba is big for Hartford because we tried to get Tiger once, and the Hartford wasn't. I think it was like made fun of at one time, right? Because it was
shocking.
I think they tried to get Tiger, and there just wasn't enough beautiful women around, so he's like, nah.
No, there is. There's all those black girls in Hartford.
Now that's
he likes white girls. Sorry.
T-Man makes a good
Lindsey
point.
Vonn, man. Lindsey Vonn.
What is it called? The Hartford Open?
No, it's called Travelers Championship.
Oh,
Travelers. That's
who's
it.
the sponsor then.
We ask him, what a fucking dumbass. The Travelers.
Oh,
He just answered his own goddamn question, man. Holy
Are you kidding me?
shit.
We're over here asking
Dude,
you.
it's so funny. It's Travelers because he's in Disneyland, literally. Duh, we've been asking a question for 10 minutes.
Are you serious?
He doesn't even get it.
I don't. Yeah, I know. They're the sponsor. I guess they're the sponsor now for Travelers. I get it.
I thought I was silly this morning.
That was hysterical.
Thanks, buddy.
Yo, Robbie, that
You
was
made my
very
day.
funny. Oh, man, that was...
You did make my day.
The poor kid. We're like, what's the sponsor? What's the sponsor? He doesn't know all of a sudden. Oh, it's the Travelers. It's the Travelers. That's the umbrella. The umbrella comes
Don't
up.
dwell.
Okay.
Don't dwell.
You got me one time in sports, buddy. Don't
no,
get
it
too
was
excited.
just funny, man. Dude, that was classic. That was
was a good
great.
one.
That
That
was
was a
funny.
good one.
Okay, sorry. Back to you, Robin. Back to the facts.
Did you guys see the Padres walk off on a balk on the Giants?
Wow.
Me and
Now
Matt
that's,
just watched
that's
it.
cool.
It was-
I like
it
that.
was-
Why did they do that?
It was, huh?
Why did they do that?
What do you mean? Why did they do that?
Tell Swin to Peter he's thrilled by that. Now that he's finished his breakfast.
It was first and third, and the Giants closer went to go pitch, and he tripped mid pitch, so he stumbled, and then he tried to act
That's-
like he was throwing it.
Oh,
But
that's
at the end
awesome.
of the game, though, how bad does that suck, man?
Yeah. Where was the game? Where was it? Where was it played?
It was at San Diego.
At
So there was a
San Diego,
walk
right.
off.
That's great
It
because I
sucks to
hate the
lose.
Giants right now. I can't stand it. They're the best team in baseball. I can't believe that. The Giants are the best. They are. I mean, I couldn't name two players on that team.
I can't really say the best team baseball, but they're
Record
definitely up
wise.
there. doing
Record
very
wise. Okay.
Come on.
good. The right now,
I don't
I
want
have
them to
the
win.
Cubs as the best team in baseball right now.
I would say they're the favorite. So there's a good point for you, T-Man. So when it comes down to it, you probably what? You put the Mets 3? What you got? You got the Cubs,
overall in the
Giants. Yeah.
well,
Where
hang
would
on.
you rank?
I'll
top
tell you.
three?
Stat wise, I'm going to say
just
Washington.
top three.
Let
Top
me go
three
in.
based on the entity of the team.
Washington.
Like top 3, like overall national.
Yeah,
League,
National League. I'm
American League, or
curious.
Just National League.
National League, and then let's do American.
National League, I'd probably say Chicago, St. Louis, then San Fran.
St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
What?
St. Louis, you think is
They're
there?
making a
I
comeback.
don't.
They're making a comeback. They had a horrible
You agree,
start.
Robbie?
Oh,
What's
yeah,
your
they
top
had a
three?
horrible.
Yeah,
they
but
had a horrible start.
Every
to the
team is
season.
at least 6 back from
but
Washington.
Hear me out. They had a horrible April. They started off terrible. Now they're picking it back up, and they're winning just like St. Louis.
Every
always.
team is 6 back from Washington. And you're going to tell me those are your
It's
top
only halfway
3?
through, buddy.
Washington's been up like this before, and they've choked.
Last year, the Mets were this far behind, and at the trade deadline, they traded for Yoenis Cespedes and came back and won the division because the Nats choked.
And then what'd they do?
That was a match.
And they went to the World Series.
And lost.
They still went to the
They
World
went
Series,
to the World
man.
Series. That you can't talk crap.
They blamed that on the manager though last year. Now I think that they got Dusty Baker. I think that the stamina
you know
will
what
be there
helped
with the
them? What
Nats.
helped them was when Daniel Murphy carried them against the Cubs with all those home runs and clutch hits.
Yeah.
Then was Daniel Murphy made 3 errors in the World Series.
Yeah. Well, that certainly cost him a contract with the Mets. But
That was
I don't
Matt
know
with
if
an
he
M,
gives a
by the
shit
way.
now.
Matt with an M.
That was no.
So yesterday, one of baseball's most iconic streaks reached its end point last year, about 70 years ago. It was Joe DiMaggio's 56-game hinge streak.
Oh, thank
Wow.
God. Now I'm not going to get those updates.
Yeah,
on
I
the phone
know.
anymore.
Those were
Yeah.
annoying.
Mr. Coffee lost his streak. Remember when he was Mr. Coffee?
No.
No? Okay. Well, back to the live action.
I do a side note. Our very, very good friend of the show, Parker Porter, was fucking kicking ass yesterday in the gym.
I saw that video. He was kicking mad
Kicking
ass.
ass
I don't want to get him mad.
in the gym. You said,
Yeah.
listening. Okay.
Yeah, in the gym, he was nice. He's
I
getting
went
ready.
to,
He's getting ready again. He bruised his
I went.
ribs.
I went to a gym once. Once.
Yeah, he was biting a pillow. So move on.
All right, did you guys did you guys see that the MLB commissioner was yelling at the managers, telling them to back it off on arguing balls and strikes? Told them it's
Let's
ruining
pull
the
up
game.
that story. I see that. All right, so MLB says managers need to cool it on arguing. Why? That's a pastime. It's like apple
Yeah,
pie
that's-
and popcorn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that and I mean, most of the time they have a point, so I don't understand.
Yeah. The calls suck.
Yeah.
Travis
They're really
can tell
bad.
You, just ask him about his last game with umpires.
I had to eject myself last game.
What
Did you?
we want to hear.
Yeah, I walked
Did you
off.
say you
I
had
had to
a
leave.
jacket?
What do you do? Like pull your shirt
No,
and walk
I walked
out?
off. I left.
San Diego Major League Baseball is telling managers to cool it on arguing balls and strikes and warning them not to rely on replay help to bolster their beefs. MLB executive Joe Torre said a memo Friday to managers, general managers, and assistant managers that said the highly inappropriate conduct is detrimental to the game and must stop immediately. The memo was obtained Saturday by the Associated Press. Although disagreements over ball and strike calls are natural, the prevalence of a manager ejections simply cannot continue, which is right because as much as you argue, they're not going to overturn their term because A, their pride is hurt, you're in their face, and 2, they got goosebumps.
they
They're either going to nail you in the face or they're just going to make the call even worse.
Okay, but let me tell you something. You're saying how baseball's boring. How many people do you think get excited when they see an MLB manager stick up for their team, run out and get in a big argument?
But what
with
does
the
it do
umpires?
at the end of the day? The call does not get changed.
I was about to explain that right
All
now.
right, go ahead.
For me, like when you argue a ball and strike, it's not to overturn the past call; it's to fix his strike zone going forward.
Yes.
Like when he's calling a
right.
pitch, when he's calling a pitch 6 inches off the outside corner, and then you're not getting it for your team, you're proving a point to him. You're showing him that. And honestly, it worked for me the last game. My last game, like I said, I was pitching. In the first 2 innings, I was not getting any call unless it was.
Are you
literally
proving
right
a
down the
point, or
middle.
are you pissing him off more so the next time?
Both. I'm trying to get under his skin because he's getting under mine.
Doesn't that affect the outcomes of all the calls later?
Sometimes. It depends.
It's 50-50, I say. You can either...
Strikes and balls, no. If you're
Oh, yeah, blame the alien. The cops will eat that up.
if you're arguing like safer out on the bases, then yes, it does because that's a different umpire. and
That's a different kind of call,
yeah,
right?
It's exactly.
Pitching
it's completely
different.
Okay. I just listen. Don't. It's like yelling at your fiance on a wedding day.
What the
It doesn't work.
commissioner's doing right now is
I do
he's
it.
he's basically like taking arguments between managers and umpires out of the game because yes, the ejection rate I guess is maybe gone down, but I miss the days where you see Lou Piniella get in
Oh,
the
big
umpire's
time.
face
He was
and
the
kick
best.
dirt on them and take a
Yep.
base and throw it. You don't see that as much nowadays.
It's
because
like
the
road
commissioner
rage. It'll
of
never
these
stop.
rules.
You have to have action, either on the streets or on the field. You got to have people getting pissed off, or else it's boring.
Kind of like how Travis and Robbie do when you talk.
Oh, sorry about that.
I'm fucking with you. I missed you.
I know.
Well, all sports don't want the umpires or their officials to get argued with, but looking forward, I mean, these officials are becoming more and more of a part of the game. They're missing all these calls. I mean,
have you seen some of the arguments, though? Like, if that guy was in my place, he'd be on the ground. Like,
And then he loses his job.
well, that's when the umpire looks
You'll
at him
never
and says,
see the
"No,
umpire hit
you're
the
wrong.
player."
Get out of my face. I'm the official." Obviously, it's going to piss you off even more.
Yeah.
Or when an umpire comes running over to your dugout and says, "Next person to say a word is going to get thrown out of the game."
Isn't that the equivalent of yelling at the Burger King chick that she fucked up while she's making your food? Wouldn't that be the same premise?
Well, I mean,
You don't want to eat that food.
The Burger King chick is only getting paid minimum wage. These umpires are getting paid more than all of us.
Yeah, but I'm saying if
good
you yell at her,
analogy.
she's gonna fucking do something to your fucking meal. Like Travis, don't say anything bad to him, or he's gonna teabag your pizza.
But but listen, that's by the way, that does happen. And if you're kind to them, they give you like extra pickles. So it's you got to treat them right.
Well, I mean, there's two different ways to argue with an umpire. You get in their face and start yelling, or you could go over and be like, "Hey, man, I mean, I feel like you missed that call." And
Yeah,
maybe he'll say, "Yeah, you're right." Maybe he'll say, "You're wrong."
When
but
is the last time you ever seen a manager said, "Hey, man, come here, buddy. You know that wasn't right."
No,
Sometimes they go out just
yeah,
talk.
managers go
other
out in
times-
between
Cheers.
innings.
Huh?
Derek Jeter. You've never seen Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter got ejected from one game in his whole life.
Really?
And that was when he was thrown out at third base, and he didn't even say a word. The ump threw him out for no reason.
Really?
Yeah, you could probably pull up the video on one of the breaks, and you could see it.
So why did he throw him out then? What did he get
He
thrown out
thought
for?
he heard
Overuse
something,
of
but
power.
he didn't.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
But whenever you saw Jeter argue, you didn't even notice because he stepped out of the box and he just stepped back
Yeah,
to the umpire.
probably did like
and
a
it was
little.
just
He
like,
probably
come on,
did it
man.
like real cool.
Yeah.
He was
Exactly.
cool as shit, man. Jeter. He was just so cool, man. I believe that.
And when you're batting, that's the way to do it. You just step
Yeah.
out of the box and you're just like, come on, man,
Yep.
that's a little hot.
Yeah.
In other sports, Garnett contemplating retirement. What the fuck in the middle of all these talks?
Yeah,
that?
no. Can you imagine that?
Wolves.
If he retired,
Oh.
he's gonna just like it's like the
Is he gonna
season-
pull a Jordan now?
It's-
Retire, come
no,
back,
I don't
retire.
know. It's not him. It's the year of like all these great players retiring. You got Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant, Jeff Gordon, who retired. Well,
You know
who
why?
knows?
I was gonna say, do you know why all these contracts are coming up? Because you're losing a lot of the big hitters, a lot of the people that were making money already. So no one, everybody was saying, what they're giving money to people that can dribble. It's like, well, because you're losing all the big money players, aren't you? This year.
Garnett's not a big money player. His minutes have dropped drastically. What he's doing right now is he's like a player coach. You know, he's on the court, probably coaching their center, Karl Anthony Towns, telling them when this happens, this is what you should do, and this is how you should handle business. Because when he was with Brooklyn, their center, Mason Plumlee, he was basically a coach for him. He was telling them, this is what you do when this happens. And now Plumlee's evolved dramatically as a player. He's not a star or a superstar, but he's a lot better than what he could have been. He could have been just like one of those guys that was drafted and just terrible. But now he's starting for Portland.
Oh, here's
But
another-
Robbie's saying in a kind way to you is nobody really gives a shit that he's retiring, man. Nobody cares.
No, people care. People care. He's a legend. Just like
Don't
people
contradict yourself.
What are you talking about?
Oh.
Why are you looking at me? Look at him. He's talking.
Yeah, well,
Oh, we have an update from
staring at
Nancy.
the wall
Nancy
now.
Clark says British Open Mickelson had a hiccup on the third and dropped one, but recovered on the fourth with an eagle and Stenson birdie, so they go back to being tied. Mickelson leaves a putt on the on the lip on 5. I'm wondering how long it will take before Phil really chokes. That was. You see that? What's his name? Would have had a 62.
who's that?
Did you see that day?
There was a fucking
Mickelson,
frog
right?
in the cup, right? Jumped in the ball, came right out.
62. It teetered on the lip of the cup.
Unbelievable.
And ended up with
Dead
63.
center. Yep.
Dude, it was like if someone were to jump, it would have went in.
It was like Caddyshack.
Oh,
with
you
the
seen
explosion.
it?
Like,
Oh, so
Did you see it?
Sat,
I saw
so
it.
It sat right there.
It was
didn't
sad.
go.
Nobody ever got a 62 ever.
Never, ever in the history of a major
He
got
was
62.
this close.
Absolutely. He was pissed, too. He knows how close
Couldn't
he
they
was.
just tapped it in for him? Come on. Wouldn't you
Nope.
just...
Doesn't work.
don't you
that
want to
way.
be there with a BB gun, like on the sidelines, and just... ping,
Yeah, or like Bill Murray. It's 4.
Because it takes him at least 10 seconds to walk from where he is to go pick up his
I
ball.
remember seeing something before where the ball literally sat there and the golfer started walking to go
Yeah,
tap
what is
it in.
Yep.
And then
and
the
then
ball
it-
just dropped in. He's just like, well, what the hell?
I think
Why
you have
did
a
it
certain
take
amount
so
of
long?
time before it can drop in or whatever.
No,
That
if
is-
it drops in, it drops in. And
Could you imagine, though, you're a point... I'd be pissed. I would have just threw my clubs and left. I'm done.
You know how many times I've
He's got a couple
clubs?
jackets, don't he? He's okay, right?